Are you a California-based lawyer looking to start your own business entity for your personal practice? In today's video, I am going to talk to you about whether or not a California lawyer is able to form an LLC. Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm the managing attorney here at Malai Law, where we help entrepreneurs just like you start your businesses without having to deal with the complicated legal forms. Our done-for-you service is backed by over 2,800 plus 5-star Google reviews, and we can help you start your business too. The purpose of these videos are to provide you with as much clarity and guidance in the beginning stages of starting a business. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. Prior to starting a business, make sure you speak with a professional. With that side note out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about whether or not a California licensed lawyer is able to form an LLC. An LLC stands for a limited liability company. The major reason why California licensed lawyers choose to look into registering some sort of LLC for their practice is because of the personal liability protection LLCs have to offer. Additionally, LLCs are one of the most easiest and convenient business entities to actually operate and manage. What I mean by this is, 1, you don't need an accountant. 2, you don't need bookkeeping. 3, you don't have to set yourself a salary. The list of benefits goes on. In considering whether or not to form a business entity, a California-based lawyer may consider an LLC, or what's also known as a PLLC. A PLLC stands for a professional limited liability company. However, it's important to note that these sort of business entities, LLCs, PLLCs, are not permitted in California. California has more strict rules when it comes to the practice of law. Because California views the practice of law as a professional service, they created a separate document, a separate statute called the Mosconox Act. The Mosconox Act states that individuals such as licensed lawyers who plan to practice in California must form what's called a professional corporation. The most common mistake we see is a lawyer forming a general LLC. And through that LLC, they then practice, they administer their services. And it's important to note that this sort of practice, this sort of business plan can result in 1, hindering your business from future growth due to any sort of penalties that may be sought against you for operating legal services out of an LLC. In addition to having to follow the Mosconox Act, California licensed lawyers must also comply with the Business and Professions Code. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some of the restrictions when it comes to operating a professional law corporation. When forming a professional law corporation, there are certain steps that you must take in order to ensure that you're fully compliant and you're meeting all requirements. The first requirement to keep in mind is that when naming your professional law corporation, the name must be compliant with the Secretary of State Business and Professions Code, as well as the State Bar Licensing Board. Additionally, when operating a professional law corporation, you must ensure that 1, you have some sort of an accountant, 2, you keep track of bookkeeping, and 3, you set yourself a reasonable salary. However, compliance does not end there. Once you receive your articles of incorporation, your EIN number, your internal documents such as your bylaws and your stock certificates, the next step will then be to notify the State Bar that you are planning to open a practice. There are very specific forms to submit to the State Bar. What I mean by this is a California licensed lawyer is not able to begin practicing law until they receive the approval from the California State Bar. Now, there's a lot of resources out there that determine and provide instructions as to how to properly form a professional law corporation. You can view this information through articles, through YouTube videos, but what I highly recommend is that you speak with a business lawyer who specializes in startup formation. The reason why I recommend not just reaching out to any type of lawyer that practices any type of law is because that lawyer may or may not even know about the Mosconox Act, the strict requirements California has, as well as a need to form a professional law corporation. And so to sum up this video, a California licensed lawyer is not able to form a general LLC in order to administer their legal services. California requires them to form a professional law corporation. Additionally, once the actual professional law corporation is formed and registered with the Secretary of State, that lawyer must then submit the required documentation to the state bar. Additionally, that lawyer must wait until the state bar approves of the application, and then from there they're able to begin administering their legal services. If you happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time to rise. If you would like to continue learning more about LLCs, businesses, online businesses, go ahead and watch one of these videos.